So hi traveler, today I wanted to talk about something peculiar, confusing fear with laziness. This is more of a distended video than what I usually do, so I will try to make sense of my thoughts along the way, as well as my journey with this. I have been paralyzed for years due to the amount of fear and mental effort I needed to use just to do simple tasks, but now I'm able to start working on things when I need to, so I believe I can give you a few pointers that can help. Well, let's begin. First, in my opinion, no human is lazy. Not truly lazy. Laziness means you basically don't want to be active or do things in general, be it through work or other activities in which you prefer not to participate. Due to this, laziness has always been viewed as a moral failing, sort of a way of rotting in life and showing disinterest in your day-to-day. The lazy person is, due to Protestantism, Anglo-Saxon and other high-productivity cultures, seen as a sort of quiet corrupter, a leech to society that will become a problem for it at some point. Of course, I'm against this being a real take. Laziness is a symptom, not a moral failing. There are a few reasons why laziness takes a hold of you. You can be frustrated with an activity in a system and decide not to engage in it, being viewed as someone who isn't compliant and, therefore, lazy. You can be sick and simply don't have the energy. People will still call you lazy, of course, but there is a verifiable biological or psychological reason for it. You also maybe don't care. There's a failure to be engaged by the activity you are doing, which honestly is your being showing that maybe that isn't your path. Accounting by the fact that you are free to do with your life what you want, this is only a problem for the people that want to mold you into someone that isn't truly you. All of these could be reasons why you aren't being productive as society and your peers wants you to. But honestly, I don't care much about them. Not because they're not important, but because I think that these have very complex relationships with the environment or your physical condition, which can lead to a whole lot of deep dives. Now, today I want to focus on a different reason, one that can be the most alienating from yourself. Fear. You can't let fear paralyze you. Fear will steal your life. Fear is just something you need to beat daily. Be courageous. Yeah, that's a very lazy and convenient take by society. Look, you don't truly beat fear like this. Not really. Fear, the type of fear that doesn't let you start activities, follow your dreams, or simply enjoy the company of someone you want to connect with, is too visceral to just get over it. It's not something you just decide to overpower on the daily if you are truly scared to your core. You may be able to do something in the heat of the moment, working in short bursts, but how many times do you end up just not finishing a project due to the emotional exhaustion? No, fear is always there for a reason, and usually it is not your fault. Mostly, it is a problem of incessant messages given in childhood, be it by family, society, or peers. Add that to the fact that we are a social species, and you have a context for disaster if you live in a country where the answers to feelings is get over them. This type of fear, this fear that lives under your skin and whispers daily all of your failings, all of the reasons why your resistance against the challenges of life is futile, will eat you alive and make you into the worst version of yourself if you are not careful. But beating it is something difficult to do. Now, fear is a tricky thing because it is a master of disguise. It has a very clear objective: to make sure you avoid risk. And it will use every dirty trick in the book to make that happen. Now, what is a risk? Man, that's arbitrary. Risk can be to be embarrassed in front of someone due to not wanting to be ridiculed. Risk can mean not expressing love for fear of being rejected by your crush. My favorite risk, and the one that affects me the most, is the one of being seen. After all, my own personal hell is realizing that all the little voices in my head that tell me how much of an awful person I am are confirmed by others. If I'm not seen, that can happen, right? Failure is a risk. Success is a risk. Being feminine is a risk. Being opinionated is a risk. Being unpleasant is a risk. Yeah, the list can go on, and fear will make sure that all those pesky risks are out of sight, away from your life. Fear is your guardian after all, but due to how society and education are structured, it acts more like a chorus of helicopter parents, making sure you don't move too much. Now, here comes the part of the video where I give you some tips and tell you, fear is this or that, you need to overcome it. The life will be amazing after you beat it. Sorry, I'm not David Goggins. Nor do I pretend to be. I tried his way while I was a teenager, but it didn't work for me. Don't get me wrong. My life has gotten way better after I learned how to manage my fear and process it on the daily. But I think most talks about it try to bypass the root of fear, the main issue that fear presents. Fear, in its actual iteration, is the jailer that the external world has put on you. Look, fear had a very clear purpose in the past. Monkey sees big cat was in the bushes. Monkey scared. Monkey hungry but no food. Monkey scared. One monkey threatens another with being hit. Monkey scared. Simple, clean, and to the point. There is a threat, we run or deal with the threat. That is a healthy fear. Now fear has another connotation entirely. Or better said, we have mixed something awful into it. Expectations. The main fear that has us so scared that we aren't able to express ourselves freely or even dedicate time to the things we love or dream about is the fear of rejection, which is a very valid fear for humans in particular. We are a species that depends a lot on the interconnections of our communities. No baby surviving in the wild. Heck, most adults can't also. You don't know how to grow crops, create medicines, hunt, work a power grid, create entertainment, build planes and cars. I mean, maybe someone out there can, but most of us, we are no Bear Grylls. And even Bear Grylls is a survivalist. Surviving is not living. It's just that, going by. To be truly alive, we need other humans, and that is a fact. As I said, the issue is that expectations are mixed with this fear. The expectations that society decides are desirable. But desirable for who? If you are productive, you create more in your work. If you are ready for war and patriotic, you will be a good soldier for the state, whichever political sign it has. If you're a pretty girl, demure and pleasant, you will be malleable and compliant. If you produce good content, you can make others lose hours of their time and create engagement for different businesses. Shut up and I will reward you. Do what I told you and you will be recognized. Produce and you will earn the right to be alive and have purpose. These are just a few of the messages we get from society. I could list here 1,000 more, and I'm sure you could add another 1,000. We're not here for that. The important thing is that these expectations fuel your fear for rejection. Your fear of being unable to be alive when the society you live in rejects you. And that, to your monkey brain, is terrifying. At some point, this terror freezes you. The constant feeling of not being well or adequate for society, even feeling like being selfish or evil. When these beliefs are installed in you, assaulting you and accompanying you every second of the day, that messes up your central nervous system. You become a threat to yourself, being a constant stressor of your system if you act in the ways that reinforce these feelings. The actions that makes you be selfish or inadequate becomes as dangerous mentally as being threatened with a knife. After all, for our human brains, rejection is the same as a death sentence most of the time. This is the situation that a lot of people are into, trapped in their own personal hell of feeling not enough, assaulted in a constant manner every time you do something that could reveal the truth about you which you deeply believe in, that you are not enough, a disaster that will only bring problems to everybody around you. Been there, done that, not fun. Even worse is the other type of fear, the one that makes you feel powerless to tackle any change, the one in which your existence is so fixed, be it internally or externally. I am dumb, and I can change that, the world is horrible and unfair, and I have no power over it. This is me and my life, and that is an unchangeable fact, forever. All of these beliefs anchor us to our actual reality, making you feel unable to move on or implement any changes, making you feel futility to any scenario that is not the one that you're experiencing. This one is especially scary, be it because there is a legitimate big setting around you you're unable to change, making you feel as if you are fighting an omnipotent danger or worse. The fear that, if you change things, if you look inside and start to rearrange stuff, you might understand truly how broken you are. I'm not going to sell you any solutions to these two. I was there in both cases, and I ended up able to heal and change, but I needed tons of new connections, therapy, self-reflection, and transforming internally and externally for years, as well as getting better from a lot of health issues. There is no magic list to get better, and I'm sure you have heard almost everything you should start doing already. I'm not going to tell you any of that, except a thing that will not take you more than 5 minutes. Sit with it for a while. Sit with the fear. Feel it. No headphones, no noise, no video in the background, no doom scrolling. Stay with it for 5 minutes. Let it rise and be there with you. If possible, be prepared to talk with someone near you, be it a friend, family, or a stranger on the internet. Or heck, if you have anxiety and you are medicated, get in your rescue treatment afterwards. You cannot ignore this fear forever, and that's what you do when you procrastinate. You get what you're unable to process and put it on the back burner. But I have to tell you, if you have reached a point in which you feel that being lazy is better than being broken, the situation has already burned you a while ago. You need to take the pan from the fire and start scrapping the burnt food. You cannot ignore the fire forever without a consequence. And hey, it sucks at the beginning, but if you start there and then keep going, you might end up being able to do YouTube videos or any other thing you wish, without pissing your pants in the process. Trust me, being able to fight for what you believe ends up being worth it. Now, honestly, I thought about talking about other things that fear can do to you, about things that are more related to systemic problems. I want to do a video about it in the future, but for now I just want to say to the people that are suffering in a whole lot of other countries that right now are fighting with systems that are quite scary, please keep doing so. Fear not only paralyzes you from living your life, fear is a tool. Fear is a tool. Fear is a tool for you not to live your life. It's a mechanism that should be your protector that has become your jailer. Please don't forget that. So traveler, if you want to see more videos like this, I want you to stay tuned, drop a like and subscribe. If you need to express some complex fear here to take it out of your chest, you can do so in the comments. As always, thanks to Like13, the main artist of the channel, which has made all the art for my avatar and thumbnail, and to Magma Braulio, the composer of the songs for the channel. You can check our Instagrams in the description. Thank you for passing by, and I hope this video helps you be a better person and create a human being with time. See you soon, traveler. And stay safe.